Hey everyone, Kevin Muldoon here. What I've got here is the OnePlus 5. What I'd like to do in this video is show you the camera app. I think that's important for a new phone because the default camera app is normally what highlights what the phone can do as far as photography goes. Shows you any special features it's got. I mean, you can go to the Play Store and you can download any camera app, but I do think that the default camera app is what most people use and it's what most people turn to. So what I'd like to do in this video is just show you the camera app and show you what it can do. So a lot of it's, it's the same kind of setup as you would get. All of these Android phones, they've all got similar camera apps. There's nothing that's too different. It's just minor differences, but it's worth pointing out. Here you've got video, change to photos, and you change to something here. It says depth effect, and it asks you to place the subject between 0.3 and 2 meters. It's coming up there. So I've done a few photos with this so far, and maybe I'm misunderstanding it, but I don't seem to be able to get good photos from it. But I don't think I'm using it properly. Now, of course, the little reverse thing here changes the camera to the front camera. Beauty mode. Change it back to the back one. So there's I'm pushing a lot of buttons here, I apologise for that. So at the top here you've got the timer. You've got off, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. We've got HDR, can turn it on and off. There's HQ as well. Just leave an auto HDR. You can change from 4:3, 69, 1:1. So you can change your ratio and you can turn the flash on and off. You can as well, I don't know if you saw that there, you can change the focus of where, even in a normal photo mode, you can change what's being focused just by pushing on the screen. Now along the side here you will see all the different options. Hopefully you can see that okay. In fact, I'll turn this brightness up, you might be able to see it a little bit better. So you've got photo, video, portrait mode, pro mode, time lapse, slow motion and panorama. Now I'll maybe start with the kind of less important ones first. Panorama, you know the drill, you go around, you take lots of photos. Slow motion is in 720p. Time lapse, 1080p that is. You can do it in 720p as well by the looks of it. Pro mode, right? Portrait mode is one they were kind of promoting a lot in their ads, and it seems to be this depth effect thing. So when you hold up a portrait, when you're taking a picture of someone, places more emphasis on the person than everything else. I think that's how it works. I'm not claiming to be an expert on that. What I'll do, you can see up here, there's a settings mode. And I think in general, when it comes to options, there's a little bit less in my HTC U11. There are a lot of options there, but this one's got, the HTC U11's got 2 audio modes. It's got a lot of other modes that this doesn't have. So you can see here, store location data, shutter sound, quick capture. So you can double tap the power button if you want. You can put a grid in. There is an option here to put a watermark. That's quite a cool feature. So you can see here it comes up, shot on OnePlus by Kevin Muldoon. You can change the name. You can flip the photo vertically in selfie mode. Now when you're doing the with and without depth, you can also save a normal photo, so that's quite cool. Immersive mode, histogram. That's all there is really. There's nothing really there about video or anything like that. One thing I did notice about video is that in my other phone, you can record in really low resolutions like, QVGA, MMS even. This one only gives you 720p, 1080p, 1080p at 60 frames per second, and 4K. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's mainly just focusing on the higher resolution mode, 720p and above. And when you change to the selfie mode, you're getting 720p and 1080p. I guess it kind of makes sense because people aren't using the lower resolutions anymore, but I don't see why they wouldn't include it as well, so just bear that in mind. Okay, Pro mode. This is where the top cats go, the top dogs. The bottom you've got ISO, white balance, aperture, focus, and exposure. And you can see the ISO will go up and down when you're moving around. You just kind of use it like a dial. Quite cool. You can shoot in RAW, set a timer, set the aspect ratio, and you can set custom. You can save any settings as a custom setting so that you can go back in at any time and go back to the same settings that you used the last time. In many ways, it's quite a simple app. It's quite a... You can see there as well, actually. You can see the line going up and down. Kind of like a balance meter. Yeah, in many ways, it's quite a simple app, but it works quite well. And I've said this before, I mainly use my phone in auto mode. And so for me, having a simple camera app isn't a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing for me. One thing I will say, you notice that I keep kind of going back to the home page here. The fingerprint sensor home button is very, very sensitive. So when you're moving around, it's just a slight touch. Now, that's what you want sometimes, but other times, I don't know if it's maybe because I was used to the Google Nexus 6P, which had the fingerprint sensor at the back, but I found it a little bit with the HTC U11, but it seems to be more sensitive in this. When I'm moving around, sometimes I hit it, and it takes me back to the home screen. You're just kind of moving around, and you go, damn. So that's more about the phone than the camera app, but it's worth pointing out. So there you have it. That is the default camera app for the OnePlus 5. And I assume it's the same camera app that's on the 3T as well, but I can't confirm that. I haven't obviously tested any, the camera app itself. I've not tested videos or photos. That's some things I'm going to be doing over the next few days. But hopefully those of you who are thinking about getting this phone have now got a better understanding of what to expect when you get this phone. And I don't think I'm in auto rotation mode here, but it keeps going round. No, I'm not. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. Get any questions about this phone, please do ask and I'll do my best to answer them. And until next time, take care.